Yuan Bingyan was named by CCTV for tax evasion, the brand was deleted and the company was cancelled, and 3 dramas were affected. The entertainment industry is really busy recently. Tax issues have become a hot topic, and many celebrities have been involved. Compared with those gossips, scandals and personal life revelations, tax issues are a very troublesome thing that can ruin a person's career if not careful. Recently, 3 actresses, Songs Ur, Cheng and Yuan Bingyan, have been named, and everyone is worried about Yuan Bingyan. We have to say that Yuan Bingyan's career came relatively late, and there has never been a good role for her to perform. However, in the past few years, her acting skills have received a lot of recognition. Some people even say that she is one of the 4 young actresses born in the 1990s, and she has a bright future. As a result, a few days ago, CCTV published an article about celebrities' tax issues, and actually directly named Yuan Bingyan's tax evasion problem. She was also discussed together with Mu Lun and Mue. Just look at the fate of these 2 people and you will know that fans are sweating for Yuan Bingyan. Of course, Yuan Bingyan has also been exposed for tax evasion before. At that time, many fans said that it was about Yuan Bingyan's company and had nothing to do with her personally. However, it seems that CCTV officials do not quite agree with this statement. They directly named her this time, which shows that their meaning is very clear. Yuan Bingyan has also been a marginalized figure recently, and she has not been active this year. Fans have previously counted Yuan Bingyan's recent endorsements, and there are many international big names and trendy brands. There are also rumors on the internet that Yuan Bingyan's new drama will be released soon. However, after the CCTV roll call, the official blogs of the endorsed brands deleted all of Yuan Bingyan's updates. It seemed that they were drawing a clear line with her. After all, Yuan Bingyan is not considered a top figure in the entertainment industry, and the brand will certainly not be reluctant to part with her. If the contract is really terminated due to force majeure, Yuan Bingyan is likely to have to pay a large amount of liquidated damages. However, in fact, she has not received any work in the industry for a year since her first tax issue was exposed. Obviously, there are still doubts in the circle about whether to use her. Recently, news about Yuan Bingyan's new drama is about to be released on the internet. Maybe she wants to test the official attitude towards her. But this time he was named again, so the release date of the new drama may have to be postponed even further. But speaking of this new drama Thunder Order, filming started as early as 20 years ago, but it has not been broadcast until now. In 2021, Yuan Bingyan was promoted as the second female lead, and now she has become a special star. I really don't know if it has anything to do with her tax scandal. In addition to the Order of Thunder, Yuan Bingyan also has Love in the City with Zhang Hanlian, and Meet You Again When the Flowers Fall with Liu Zuai waiting to be broadcast. However, these 3 dramas were all taken before the tax issues were exposed. It seems that the market in the industry is quite cautious about artists' tax-related issues. For fear of affecting the interests of all, we don't even dare to invite them to many activities. After the CCTV roll call, it was basically announced that Yuan Bingyan's career in the industry was almost in despair. Only if these 3 dramas can be successfully launched can Yuan Bingyan make a comeback. If these 3 dramas cannot be broadcast, I am afraid that no one in the subsequent crew will dare to ask her again. Now there is news that Yuan Bingyan has cancelled her company this year. Come to think of it, there hasn't been much work lately, so there is no point in continuing to support employees. But after all is said and done, Yuan Bingyan can be regarded as the one involving the least amount of money. If there was no CCTV roll call this time, maybe she would still have a chance to return. But CCTV named her, and even if the authorities did not restrict her, the market would not dare to look for her again. I hope all artists can abide by the law. Yuan Bingyan was notified, and Songs Ur was soon exposed on the internet. She was accused of more than just tax evasion. Yuan Bingyan was once again officially named because of tax evasion. This time it attracted a lot of attention. The State Administration of Taxation publicly exposed the facts that Yuan Bingyan had evaded taxes, and emphasized that she still failed to make complete corrections after repeated reminders, and interviews. This statement aroused the anger of netizens. As early as a year ago, Yuan Bingyan she had already been involved in a tax scandal, but at the time she was not found guilty of tax evasion because the company was acting as a shield. However, after Songs Ur's tax issues were exposed, people began to discuss why Yuan Bingyan was not criticized similarly, and there were even lawyers in the industry defending her. This time, the official named Yuan Bingyan directly and clearly stated that both Yuan Bingyan and her affiliated companies were suspected of tax evasion, and both parties must pay fines. Yuan Bingyan was required to pay taxes, add late fees and fines, totaling 2.9738 million yuan. Her affiliated companies were also required to pay taxes, add late fees and fines, totaling 1.3298 million yuan. The news of this news completely disappointed Yuan Bingyan's fans. They no longer look forward to her new drama. Yuan Bingyan herself has been trying to return to the entertainment industry, hoping to make money again. However, a second official announcement shattered her illusions. Currently, Yuan Bingyan has some dramas that have not yet been aired, including the costume drama Love in a Fallen City with Chunghan Liang, Meet You Again When the Flowers Fall starring Liu Zuai, and 2 special theme dramas Thunder Order and Young Shield. These episodes will likely be shelved and will have to undergo some processing if they still hope to be seen by viewers. This once again reminds people in the entertainment industry they must pay attention to the background investigation and moral character of actors, otherwise they will only suffer the consequences. At the same time, Song Zuer was also mentioned again because of the Yuan Bingyan incident. Suspected insiders in the industry broke the news that Song Zuer's notice is about to be issued, and it may not only involve tax evasion, but may also face a ban. Although the authenticity of this revelation has yet to be confirmed, judging from the current situation, Song Zuer's prospects are indeed not optimistic. More than 2 weeks have passed since she was reported with her real name, but Song Zuer Fang has remained silent, and her starring dramas such as Breaking Back have completely come to a standstill, with no news at all. In contrast, Song Zuer has remained silent, and relevant information has been cleared on various data TV platforms. This may mean that the whistleblower's statement that it may involve more serious issues is true. It may just be the calm before the storm. It can be seen from the incidents of Yuan Bingyan and Song Zuer that relevant departments have stepped up their efforts to deal with artists involved in tax evasion. In the future, it will no longer be easy for artists with bad records to make a comeback. Only by notifying punishments can public figures better understand how to maintain good conduct and reduce the possibility of negative impacts. 02. Cheng and Li Yitong were ridiculed for playing a middle-aged ancient idol? Some of the audience were really happy and some were sad. The third part of Fox Fairy Matchmaker has finally selected its leading actors. The male and female leads are Cheng and Li Yitong respectively. Once this list came out, some people were really happy and some were sad. What everyone is happy about is that Cheng and Li Yitong are paired together. Both of them have guaranteed acting skills. They are both professionals in sadistic dramas. They will make the audience cry when the time comes. The sad thing is that according to the plot of the anime, the male protagonist of the third part is the son of the male and female protagonists of the second part. In other words, Zhang Yunlong and Liu Shishi are Cheng Yi together, and in order to make it a film and television version, the audience would not be surprised. The male and female protagonists of the third film should be cast by younger actors. But now that Zhang Yunlong, Liu Shishi, Chen Yi, and Li Yitong are put together, they are all of the same age, which makes fans of the original movie feel awkward and privately mock them for playing middle-aged ancient puppets. However, from the perspective of the drama, 85 actors were hired for the first and second parts. If actors with 2 young qualifications were chosen for the third part, it might be difficult to carry the show. For this reason, the third part was finally cast as a film, starring Cheng Yi and Li Yitong. However, it is worth mentioning that the male protagonist in the third part has a bug, and the drama team plans to ask the screenwriter to correct it to make it more reasonable. The official announcement of the King Power episode of the Fox Fairy Matchmaker TV series, played by Cheng Yi and Li Yitong respectively, netizens are not optimistic about. As the popularity of anime continues to increase, many directors are also eyeing the fad of the comic book adaptation. Xiao Zhen, the original author of the Fox Fairy Little Matchmaker, entered the public eye after the popularity of the anime, and now the TV series has filmed the King Power chapter, which is also a very anticipated unit story. Wang Quan Fuge is the only son of the Wang Quan family in the anime. His father is Wang Quan Hegemon, and his mother is Duong Fang who has Oriental blood. In short, Wang Quan Fuge exists to save the declining Wang Quan family. After it was made into a TV series, what happened to many characters after the change, the TV series officially confirmed that Cheng Yu will play the role of King Quan Fuge. However, this casting aroused dissatisfaction among comic fans, who believe that Cheng Yu was not suitable for this cold role. In addition, some fans complained about the behavior of Cheng Yi. It's tepid, and the other thing is the acting that has been criticized. However, in the latest TV series played by Cheng, I think his acting skills are still remarkable, but I still have some doubts about his role as Wang Quanfuge, because the official stills have not been released, so I can't imagine what the image of Wang Quanfuge he plays is like. It is quite normal to attract a lot of doubts. The image of Wang Quanfuge in the animation does not have hair tied up. The hair color is dark yellow and brown. Of course, the image will definitely change when adapted into a TV series. The two-dimensional hairstyle is difficult to apply to real people. The other thing is Wang Quanfuge's clothes. There will definitely be changes, and it is a fact that this TV series has been magically modified. Finally, there is Li Yitong, who plays the Spider Spirit. I believe everyone is familiar with this actor. There is no doubt about Li Yitong's acting skills. Her appearance is still good. It is a pity that powerful actors are not popular in the entertainment industry, and Cheng we are in the same boat. Although she has played many protagonists, there is not much that deserves attention in the audience's impression. Instead, the supporting roles she plays can amaze the audience at a glance, and sometimes even directly crush the popularity of the protagonist. The Spider Spirit in Fox Demon is also a sexy and hot beauty. Li Yitong's appearance is a bit unsuitable. First of all, the real person cannot restore the hot and sexy figure in the animation. Secondly, the Spider Spirit is difficult to control because she has a previous life with royal power and wealth. The relationship continued. In the later period, he was willing to sacrifice all his demonic power in order to save the king's power and wealth. The Spider Spirit has two forms. He was very cute when he was a child. He was a lolly. When he grew up, he had a very hot figure. Even the reincarnated wealthy grandfather praised his daughter-in-law's figure. I kept talking, but it was a pity that I completely turned into a child later on. It's still conceivable that Li Yitong plays the cute Spider Spirit. This character's hairstyle in the animation is very simple. It's the same as the royal power and wealth, and the hair color is almost the same. Otherwise, where would the couple's appearance come from? The main reason is that the TV series stills have not been released. It's hard for netizens to think about the compatibility between the two of them. Manga dramas are not made for comic fans, but more for the fans of star-chasing girls, so they deserve to be criticized every time they film a manga drama.